Hey big dreamers, this is Liz. This is where I give intuitive guidance using my method called the flavor generator, which helps you find your sweet spot in life using what you love, what you're good at, and what you think the world needs most. It's based on ikigai, Japanese philosophy, meaning reason to live. Finding your bliss in life, guys. What is your bliss in life? And maybe I can help you be inspired once again, if you lost inspiration. You know, I have felt like I lost inspiration or passion lately, myself. So, we can both find it together. Find it, reclaim your power. How about? We're picking an archetype person to work with. They will be the main character of the event. There are 12 of them, and 2 are wild cards, so 14 total options of cards. And we'll go from there. How are y'all doing? Thanks for subscribing to my channel, whether that was a long time ago or recently. I appreciate you. I have struggled since I started here and there, trying to figure out if it's something I should continue or not, but I do still feel like it's helpful to me and others, perhaps. Maybe, just maybe, it's helping someone. And when I don't know for sure if it's helping another person, I realize that it is actually helping me too. So then it's not so bad. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. It is yellow? Oh, it is the one I was hoping it would be. Number 2, the Awakener. It's already a special video because I have felt like I might be going through another form of a spiritual awakening, and I'm still afraid to talk about that kind of stuff. Might be how I was raised. It might be that I'm not a true tarot reader or oracle card reader, but my method is different and one of a kind in the sense that it's mixing some things, and I feel a little bit like how I've always felt with everything, like a imposter. But I'm not trying to be an imposter. We're gonna pick one passion out of the bag, these pink ones, out of the box. Not trying to copy other people. I'm trying to be original, but I'm not trying too hard to be original. I just came up with this method along the way, piece by piece, and now I just keep putting it out there and hoping that someday I believe in it too, because it's been hard to believe in myself. Maybe you can relate with that. Boy, oh boy, man. Self-confidence. That is something I am working on still, and I'm 42 years old. I don't know if I'll share that part or not, but self-confidence. I'm not sure who ruined it for me. Maybe my brother, the only sibling I ever had, became kind of a jerk to me in my life. Woe is me, right? Could have been a little nicer. It could have been a little bit more loving and a little bit more supportive, but no. All right, passion. I have never gotten this one. Woohoo! Creating appeal. What is appealing to you, awakeners? Are you on a spiritual awakening? Have you had one already? Are you feeling like you're kind of depressed and in a void in life? Like maybe you did believe in God at one point, maybe you didn't, but maybe you're starting to believe in something higher, bigger than yourself. There's a bigger picture. You're starting to put all the pieces together in. The big puzzle of life is coming together, or you feel like everything's all over the place right now. Spiritual awakening, that could very well be the case. So this is my spiritual topic, my spiritual archetype. And for some reason, I'm still a little afraid to talk about it, but it's like the main reason I started this whole entire channel, the reason I got coaching, and she recommended that I started a channel, and I just went with it because as an inner child, when I was a child, we're picking a power and a product, 2 cards. 2 word cards. I wanted to be an actress when I was little, so I wanted to be famous or well known for something that was meaningful, and I feel like it had to do with human emotions, and I feel like that has to do with spiritual things on a deep level. Our life story, the story of our lives, the story of our experiences, and I like to share mine because I want to help others with theirs. So that's what I am doing. That's why I'm here. Okay, I'm picking 2 of these yellow cards, so my passions are based off of my passions that I wrote down. This is a fun activity you could do yourselves, you guys, yourselves. You write down all your passions, either in, a diary form, journal, or just make a list of all the things that you're passionate about. And I mean, like, your heart feels that you want to talk about it with everybody. For me, it's music and food and this kind of stuff, spirituality, self-development, personal development, self-growth, and intellectual things. Those are things I'm passionate about. The yellow cards are our skills, gifts, or talents that we're working with. Well, based on my own, but I also had some just kind of come up that could be related to creativity and things like that. So our first one, yes, excitement. Woo! Power. The power of excitement. I'm liking this. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Okay, product. What is our product? I'm just going to go for it really quick like. Okay, vlogging is our product. Do you know what a vlog is? Yeah, me neither. Blogs, vlogs. This, a video storytelling. Video storytelling of your life, of your experiences, what I was just talking about. Okie dokie, great, wonderful, I love it. The last one is the purpose we are working with. And the purpose is based off of my values, and maybe they will be based on your own values, because we are human and we probably have some similarities. And if you're on this channel, you might be, I'm not sure what you're drawn to. Maybe leave it in the comments what drew you to my channel in the first place if you didn't know me beforehand or something. What was it that was calling to you or seemed interesting? Could be having to do with the similar values or similar interests. So here's a big bag of purposes, values. What is the purpose? What is the purpose of what we're working with here? Awakening journeys. Kitten mittens. The kitten mittens are happy that I'm home. Oh, there I dropped some. Woo! Oh my goodness. Woo! This is so exciting. If I could pick it up off the damn floor. Holy moly. Look at this. Okay, this is the first one that was on the floor. We're going with the 2. Purpose. Partnerships, which I've also never gotten that. I don't think I've gotten any of these before. So this is God at work, guys. Beauty of a higher power. Second one, tell your story. Was I not just talking about that? And I have felt a little dead lately. I had to get a different job, another. I didn't have to get 2 jobs. I just wanted to keep the one at the dance supply store. So I was being stubborn, and I had to find another job that would work with that job because I couldn't get full-time there, which is fine. But I had to get a different job to supplement what I was doing, and it has kind of worn me out a bit. I was trying to build this channel and my Instagram page and a business, which didn't turn into a money-making business yet. And it's been discouraging, and here we are telling my story and being vulnerable, and it's scary, but also enlightening, and I am just tired of holding things inside, and I've been feeling a little dead and depressed. So here we are telling my story, and hopefully that will inspire you to tell yours or to share it creatively. I used to be an artist. I haven't been an artist in a long time, like drawing and painting and clay arts, all that stuff in school. When I was given the opportunity to work on all that stuff, I did that. And in my own free time, I have not chosen to do those things. So now my creative outlet is on stories on Instagram. Like, I like to create little images with music and things that create a mood. But enough about me. Let's go back to this. The Awakener, number 2. The passion is creating appeal. The power is excitement. The purposes are partnerships and tell your story. And the product is vlogging. If your product, service is vlogging, then you might want to do what I'm doing. Maybe you're terrified of doing it. I am not necessarily I would say I'm photogenic because my dad was a photographer in my, I had my picture taken a lot, and so I got used to it. But videoing myself, recording myself on a video has been a little bit more tricky along the way. And I still feel a little awkward because I need to speak clearly, and people will see me, and I feel like I have weird facial expressions and stuff, but I'm trying to be more comfortable with who I am and say what I feel like saying and be okay with just being me on camera, okay? So vlogging. And another thing I like is travel vlogs. I follow another person that she decided after a toxic, unhealthy relationship to take her animals with her across the world in European countries and different places, and she lived out of a tent and a van, and now she wants to go on a boat. And anyway, it's this whole thing. She tells her story and also helps people through chronic illnesses that I have also struggled with. She does her own retreats and things. I'm not sure about doing all that at this point. That might take a whole other awakening experience for me to get involved or want to do that, but maybe that's just not my path either. Anyway, so vlogging, if that's your service and service product, you might want to tell your story. That would be the purpose, but you're also helping others to get the confidence. And partnerships, so you could be partnering with other people. I have been wondering if that's what I need, is a partner who is on board, who is ambitious like me or creative and can come up with ideas, or somebody who can help me with the business side of things, because I feel like I'm lacking confidence and knowledge. It's not natural for me. It's very foreign. It feels odd. It feels like I can't be a boss to people, stuff like that. So I almost need like a manager or somebody that knows how to do certain things that I don't know how to do. So that is our purpose we're working with. And then the power of excitement. I do feel excited about these cards right now. This is exactly what I needed for myself, which is selfish, sure. But if I can't fill my own cup and I don't feel fed or like I'm learning and growing, then there's no story, and I can't help you. And that could also be partnerships, helping other people. Okay, and this one fell. It's the passion of creating appeal. So we want to create appeal, and I like to do that through artistic, creative endeavors. And as a dancer/choreographer, I feel like I also struggle with confidence as a choreographer, and I don't know why. I've always compared myself to other people. I just feel like I don't naturally create interesting movement. That may or may not be true. I'm not really sure. It's almost like I can just kind of recycle what I've done before, and I don't really come up with new ideas. It's just hard. I get stuck in my head a lot. With drawing and painting, I was a very realistic artist, so I like to draw faces and eyes and like the details of the eyelashes and the hairs on the face, and like it would get very intricate or meticulous, and I get lost in that world. And why do my thumbs do this? These are my weird thumbs, by the way. And then when I do online stuff, sharing things on social media, I've become a little bit dead and numb about it. Like, I feel it's overdone. People are overdoing it. I feel burnt out with, like, I'm getting too much in the feeds. I don't want to go through the feeds and feel like I'm wasting time. So why would I put that out there for other people if it's something I get annoyed by or feel drained by? So I don't want to do the same thing to others, even though people do consume it. People do look at people's content and they are curious at times. But yeah, so I try to do something interesting and different and refreshing when I feel the inspiration. So creating appeal in that way is what works for me. But for you, awakener. So our topic is back to spiritual awakening, or you're being reawakened back to who you truly are. Who you were when you were little. Who was that? What did you do with your time? And I thought about this the other day. We're in school for 6 hours a day as kids, right? Until high school. There's 6-hour days until you get enough like high school credits. Maybe by senior year you didn't have to go to as many full days of school. But basically 6-hour days from 5 or 6 years old till 17 or 18. And then college is a little more intense, but not necessarily full days. You just have more workload. And then that's kind of preparing you for the working life. And then you're just living to work, and you pay off your debt from school, and you're just paying for things. And part of me has not liked that American dream. It's not just American, but I don't really like getting all this stuff that we have to pay for, and then that's considered normal. Just coming home, you eat dinner, you watch your shows, you go to bed, you wake up, you go to work, you're gone all day, you go home, you eat your dinner, you watch your shows, you go to bed, wake up, you go to work, you go to school. Like, oh my God, like, it's so monotonous, it's so draining, it's not life enhancing to me. So I'm looking for something that is going to enhance my life. And I feel like the awakener is, I'm reawakening to who I was when I was little. We did spend time in school where we couldn't do what we wanted, but remember all the other hours of the day. What did you do with those hours on your weekends if you weren't having to spend time with family or take care of someone else or something? Luckily, I didn't have to do that. I had animals at some point, like I took care of a little bit, but I spent time with them. I made costumes for my dog and stuff. That's kind of fun. Anyway, what did you do with your time that you could do again now that is actually refreshing or sounds exciting, even if it's just little bits of time? And I know I make excuses and think I am wasting time by doing those things, but it's not a waste of time. It's soul enhancing work. It's something that you've been doing since you were little, and there is a reason that you're expressing yourself in that way. And this is a creative channel, so it's for people who identify as at one point being creative, if not now, currently being creative, and you're trying to get back to that creative self with the confidence you had at one point. And that could have been fairly recently too, because I have felt a little depressed myself lately. And I think it has to do with the 2 jobs and my split days off. I don't have 2 days off in a row, and when I do have a day off, I have dance. I go to dance most of those times. That is my choice, and it's something I love, and it's good for me. Sometimes I just want to do these videos, edit, and I like editing, and I like organizing, and I want to just be at home and not talk to anybody, spend time with my kitties and stuff like that, and I don't even really watch Netflix when I'm by myself. I try to be productive. But that's the thing. Maybe it's okay to have mindless work at times where you don't have to think about stuff and you can just do whatever feels good at that time. Creating appeal, excitement, tell your story, partnerships, vlogging, writing stuff online on websites. I have a website. I don't know if anyone ever looks at it, but I have one. I don't write a blog though. I used to write a lot too, so Maybe you did all the creative things like I once did, effortlessly it seemed. And I didn't judge myself. I would just create for the fun of creating. So the Awakener on this channel has to do with reawakening to your creative self, who you truly were, with a sense of purpose and excitement. Here we are, excitement, your power. The power is excitement. Where's that excitement that you once had? And this is so perfect because I was just putting on my story on Instagram, The Doors, Light My Fire, the song Light My Fire. And I put a little gif of these guys dancing in the fire, and it's like 3 images of it because it's a gif on the screen. Anyway, they were dancing around the fire, and one guy falls in the fire, and the other guy pulls him out. It's just a weird gif. But I put that, and then with my little caption, I want my passion back. Also known as, AKA, excitement. I want my excitement back. I want my creative juices back. I want to feel that fire that I'm meant to share and not be afraid of what people think of it. And so I'm getting a little emotional because that is something that has been weighing on me, and I need to express it, and I'm glad that this is coming up so that I can talk about it, because that confirms why I'm doing this and why I'm supposed to be sharing it. Because when these cards come out and they are perfect, like this is exactly what was on my heart, and here it is in these words. Anyway, it's just, that's special. That's important. So it's meant to be here. It's meant to be shared, and it's meant to be shared by me, little old me, you know, and I feel a little bit like I'm fake and I'm not being who I truly am or something, but I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. It's just that when I record myself, I feel like I have to speak a certain way or be a certain way. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm meant to do what I started off doing, which is just podcast, just my voice and not being on the screen. But I think it goes back to Big Dream with Liz. When I was little, I wanted to be an actress. That's on screen. I loved character development, like, not just learning about myself, but about other people and the world and how everybody interacts and just emotions. And I'm drawn to the varied experiences and emotions that we all have in common. And I wanted to express that somehow. And that's why I guess I'm a creative person, because then you can put all of your experiences and your emotions into a story or a creative outlet. And sometimes the pain that you're feeling is the most potent fuel that you have for others. So, because that is what we feel. We see someone who's feeling it and we feel it too, like it's contagious or something. So that's why you got to be careful with negativity, because that's contagious too. Okay. I'm excited. I am. Okay. This got me all like pumped up, man. So, number 2, the Awakener. You're coming back to yourself. 2, the 2. Number 11 is 2. Why am I thinking about that? Number 11. My birthday number is 11 equals number 2. When I was born, then I was reawakened to myself the day I was born. My soul. It's a soul journey, you know. So, creating appeal, excitement, tell your story, partnerships, vlogging. Yeah, I'm hoping that, you know, I've had coaches, I've had mentors who all, in a way, I don't mean to be dramatic, but abandoned me, air quotes, they helped me to a certain point. They confined me into a box of, well, who are you? What are you doing? Are you a nonprofit? Are you a profit business? So you want to be a coach? Like, nah, I don't want to be a coach. I want to help people. I want to inspire. Like, I'm an inspiration instigator. I'm an inspirer. I don't want to coach necessarily, like in the way that people coach every day these days. I don't want to be a cookie cutter anything. And so it's hard to box in who I am or what I want to do, and then to have someone help me with this business idea because I'm sounding like I'm lacking clarity or I'm unclear and not confident, because it's a mix of all of those things. I'm not confident, I'm not clear, but I am really clear too. I know I want to inspire creative people, or people who used to be creative who are fucking dead now. Like, you're dead. You need to be reawakened. Hello, wake up. It's time to wake up. The Awakener, time to wake up to who you truly are. That is why I'm here. And I need this passion, the excitement, creating appeal. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm trying to do. And it's all right here. I picked them randomly, guys. I'm telling my story. It's scary, and I feel like I will be judged harshly. I tried to have partnerships with people helping me, and they just didn't get it. So here I am, trying to figure it out on my own again. I don't have a clue how to make a business out of it yet, but I'm just gonna do it because my heart says it's the right thing. And here we are, Big Dream with Liz channel on YouTube, vlogging. You know, I'm not going around. Well, I don't go out anyway. I go to work and I come home. I'm a homebody. So here we are in the vlog of Big Dream with Liz world at my house with my cats. That's it. That's what you got. That's what you got. Okay. I am from Oregon, by the way, which we don't have the accents that I seem to have, but I like to pick up accents from other people. I'm so excited. This is true. The power of excitement. Remember your excitement. What got you so excited? Which brings back to passion. The passion. What is your passion? Creating appeal. What is going to create appeal to others? You being excited, because that is your power. So what is the story? What's the story, Morning Glory? Oasis, anyone? Yeah, so tell your story, because it's probably full of juicy details that can be appealing and exciting for other people. Maybe it has to do with partnerships that failed, relationships. I know that's part of my story I don't even talk about because it sucks to talk about it, but a lot of people have that in common. You know, that's why there's these twin flame stories and journeys that people talk about, and these readers that talk about specifically twin flame journey and relationship stuff. I feel like I met mine in childhood, and I was kind of with that person, but it did not work out. And I'm, regardless of the label, if that's an actual twin flame relationship, it was bringing me, him rejecting the idea of a life together basically broke my heart, destroyed me in that moment. After a bunch of other serious relationships not working out, and things that I thought I had hope for in my future with another person involved, I felt devastated. So that brought me back to me, because I didn't have someone else to hope on. Like, I was putting all my hopes and dreams on this life that I had dreamt of since I was little, by the way, to be in love, to have, you know, the Disney movie success. The princess has her prince, and then they live happily ever after. And that is a thing we were taught in childhood from all of these Disney movies, by the way. So here I am talking about it on Big Dream with Liz. I started this channel because of my awakening experience with a relationship loss, multiple, but the one that was crucial to my actual finding out what a spiritual awakening actually is. And for me, it was coming back to me, which is the twin flame journey, also known as twin flame journey, because you have the divine, the masculine, feminine duality, and you are one with yourself, but we crave that affection and that acknowledgement from other people. And when you are lacking self-confidence or self-worth, you seek that more in other people or another person, and you put them on a pedestal. And then if they break your heart, then you are left to yourself to figure out how you are going to provide for you and how you will provide these the emotional connection. You have to find you again. Because when you were little, maybe you craved, someday I will be married and have a family, or be with this person and travel the world, and all these dreams that you had as a kid, or things that you thought of freely, and then you are told they're not realistic, or you have broken hearts, you have people reject you, and then you question yourself, and then you question, and then that could be career path as well. You get rejected from a job you wanted, or you get fired and then let go, and then you realize that's not your path right now. Why is that? Is that me? What did I do? Nobody really told me. You're left ghosted or left to figure it out on your own, and that brings you back to the depth within yourself. And all of those experiences, or a loss in the family, and all of this grief, it brings you back to who you are and what it is that's important to you and what you want to do with your life. Because what else is there after you've spent all this energy thinking about what could be in these scenarios, and if they just don't work out, you thought you did everything you could do, or you thought you put your whole heart out there, and then it just got rejected, and it is heartbreaking. So I get that in multiple areas of life: career path, relationships, and loss in family. Yeah, loss in friends and family. Yeah, I'm going on this. I'm feeling the passion. Okay, so it's awkward talking, but here we are, still talking. And okay, so where do I go back to now? You can also tell your story through characters in movies and books. It can be character development. You are using real life experiences. It doesn't have to be so vulnerable that you are the character and you're talking about your own life and your experiences. But if you like that style better, do that. But it can also be you've developed characters in a movie, cartoon kind of thing, story, a book, that are going through things you've been through, and you don't have to talk about yourself that way. That is a very creative way to create appeal for others. Okay? So use your experiences as you go through these harder times to tell your story. And yeah, vlogging, if that's something you think will help other people, service or product, vlogging. Yeah. And like I said, if it's not you on a video talking about your life, maybe the vlogging can be videos about another character that is talking about things. And then you're healing as you are sharing these things. It is helping you to realize what you've gone through. It's acknowledging it. You're expressing it. You're getting it out of your body and your mind. And so you're not going to have the chronic illness or pain symptoms because you're expressing. You're healthy. It's healthier to get it out. And talking to a counselor is helpful, by the way. So talking to someone, a friend or a counselor, and that you can tell your story that way too. But I think if you use your creative nature to share things you have been through, either through your own experiences or characters, that will help you to heal ultimately. And that is another thing that the Awakener is about, is healing, the healing journey. So yeah, I think I'm going to end it there. So thanks for being here. I hope it helped you a lot, because I feel like it helped me to be re-inspired to why I'm here and what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. So, and it's making me emotional because I did pray for that. I did ask for help, and I wanted clarity. I wanted a sense of purpose and fire in my belly again, and here I feel it. So, yeah, leave me a comment if this resonates with you, as the readers call it. We're all human. We're all in this journey together, and we've been through similar experiences along the way, or sometimes completely different, but you're not alone, and you do have things in common with others, regardless of what caused the emotions. We share similar emotions, and it's important to be able to express those things and not feel like you're being judged or ostracized. So, yeah, if you feel comfortable to share in the comments how this has spoken to you today, that'd be great. And let's have a conversation. And yeah, I can talk to you one-on-one. I'm not charging for it right now because I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. If you find me as a helpful coach and you would like someone to talk to, I can talk to you. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And I'm here to help bring out the inner magic you have always had, but forgot about, the awakener. So, thanks. Have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye.